But yeah, so this is our community night. Welcome in. Yeah, so anyone who wants to come in and talk live while we're live can join our Discord. Come in, uh, join in on the conversation, the topic. The topic today is basically gaming in 2023 so far. We're about halfway through the year, which is very exciting, you know. And so far, honestly, like gaming's been very interesting this year, in my opinion. But I play a lot of different games than other people too. You know, like my list of games I've played this year mostly consist of RPGs. So as an RPG gamer, I'm feeling really content, but maybe someone who plays like FPSs or whatever else you may play won't. And I want to kind of hear from those people as well too. I might jump in. Do you have a link to the Discord? I do. Guys, I'm dropping it right. Oh, our mod Zaboa and our guest on here as well. Already did that. Beat me to it. But yeah, there's the link to the Discord, !Discord on Twitch if you want to hop in, and it will let you join from there. And then there's a tab under a voice chat called Community Night. Just hop on in. So, with that being said, guys, welcome in to our guest. How is your 2023 of gaming going? How are you guys feeling about 2023 so far?
Hi, thanks for having us on. Wow,
Hey.
it's so great to be here. Truly.
This lit for real.
Perfect. But yeah, guys, do you want me to start, or do you guys want to have a game that you like really wanted to talk about?
I think the games that I'm going to talk about are like super not boring per se, just not your cup of tea. So
well, that's fine. That's fine. That's the whole reason I wanted to do this.
yeah, but every time I say, "Hey, have you heard of Genshin Impact?" I get run over. So let's start off with the quote unquote garbage. No, I'm kidding. So 2023, for me, the games I tend to play are more so in the mobile area, honestly.
That's fine.
Because like sitting at your PC, there's like so much you can do. But on your phone, there's a whole new world. Have you heard of Cookie Run Oven Break?
I've never heard of Cookie Run Oven Break.
Cookie Run Oven Break. It's an amazing game. I suggest everyone play it.
Okay.
It's like a
I will take note of that.
No, you got it. It's a gacha game.
Okay.
But you get cookies, and they all have like their different abilities, and they have like a little pet, and you run on a map with obstacles. It's like a platformer, but like a not endless, but you run until you run out of energy. I think it's really fun. They come out with new cookies every few months, new activities, new like game modes to play. It's fun. It's like a fun little thing to have in your pocket. Yeah. So that's mainly my gaming of 2023.
And you know, like I always pick on you just because you're my friend and stuff. But mobile gaming honestly is just so big nowadays too.
It really
like
is.
It as much as like I'll probably give you crap about it. It is such a big world of gaming, you know. Everything's going very mobile now. Like you even with like Xbox Game Pass, like you can play those games on your phone, like from your phone too. Like just the capabilities of what phones could do from like back then to what they can do now has just evolved so much that like, but people haven't really, they still pick on it like it's
not
still
really a legitimate game.
Yeah, like
a way of playing games.
It's not a way to actually play games. Yeah, exactly.
It's like, yeah, it is limited in the resources it can use simply because like it's a smaller device and they need to compact everything to make it playable on it.
Mhm.
So it's not gonna look the same. But it's still a game.
Yeah,
It's
and it
it's good
it
in its own. It has its own merits.
exactly, and like it's just one of those things. Like I think we'll see cloud gaming or mobile gaming get a lot bigger as cloud gaming becomes a more viable option in the future too.
Do you think since like the Steam Deck is out, the Switch is out,
I
and
love
then
Steam Deck.
my brother just got one, but
Oh,
like I feel like those will get pushed more than mobile games.
I here's the thing. I think when it comes to gaming, and I feel like we always see this, like the cheaper option tends
Oh
to
yeah.
be the most viable option for people. You know, like because in reality, most of your gamers are gonna be like more casual gamers, right?
Mhm.
Like, so I think as phones progress, you know, like you'll see like less consoles being
Yeah,
sold and
phones are
less,
like
yeah,
almost the cost of a whole computer.
yeah,
So
and
like,
you need a phone really in this day and age, you know, like it's a necessity almost. So like when you have a phone that can play all these games that you want to play anyway, and not to mention like your phones can plug into your TVs now. Your phones can
mm,
plug, you can connect your controllers to your phone. Like so,
GTA 5 mobile.
yeah, well, exactly. Like all I have to do though, right, is like plug my phone into a TV and then hook my controller up to my phone, and it's no different than a console. Other than right now, cloud gaming's not that great, but like
You could literally play all your Xbox games on
yeah,
an Amazon Kindle.
yeah, it's
Like,
it's wild, right?
huh.
Like, um, yeah, like it's such a it's one of those things as time progresses. Like I could see in the next like at least 10 years, like cloud gaming's going to be such a viable option. I don't know how that's going to affect streaming and stuff necessarily, but yeah. Yeah, it's definitely will be, in my opinion, like probably the way a lot of people are going to be gaming. Not, and I, the part of me hates that cuz I'm a physical game collector. um but like accessibility is such a important part about how these games get brought to you, and cloud gaming just brings them directly to you, just like Netflix, just like whatever.
I honestly can't wait till they just like give us the chips that we can put in our brains and we can just game with our eyes
Oh,
closed.
like the iPhone that that you can play with your actual eye.
That'd be terrible.
I don't want to do that.
No,
I don't.
no, I know. Don't want to be part cyborg.
But aside from like mobile games, I've been playing a lot of Honkai Star. Not actually, I played a decent amount of Honkai Star Rail. I believe it came out in April of this year, like part of the Hoyoverse games. I guess I think
oh,
they only
oh,
have 3 so far.
oh, what other games do they make?
They make. Have you heard of Genshin Impact?
Oh no, please tell me more. Oh.
I really can't. But they made I think their first game was Honkai Impact the Third. And then they made Genshin Impact, and then they just recently released Honkai Star Rail, which is a turn-based gacha game basically. It's like the same vein.
Okay.
You are a traveler traveling the stars, trying to I don't even know the lore. It just came out, so there's a lot,
it's it,
but
it's like
not
a
enough.
space train, right? Like isn't
Yes,
okay.
it's fun,
Okay. No,
but it's also like
the
when you reach that point in a game where you need to collect materials to advance your characters, it just becomes tedious. So you'll take a break from it and then go back
yeah.
and then back and forth.
And
It's one of those games to me.
especially when they have like gotcha mechanics that kind of some
The
that
gacha mechanics are fun.
they can be. They can be. I got really into Kingdom Hearts Union
I
Cross.
knew it.
Yeah. That was a good game. That was a really good game. The story was very interesting. Um, it just it the story was interesting, but it took a lot to progress the story. Is what it was.
I tried that game for like 5 minutes and I just put it down, man.
I mean,
It's just
it's not for everyone. You know, like you'll never find a game for everyone. I get
That's true.
that.
Unless it's a game called Giving Me Money, but
Yeah, giving me money is my favorite game.
I mean, if you do online surveys, download
yeah,
Raid
that's
Shadow
true.
Legends. Raid-
Oh yeah, yeah. I love Raid Shadow Legends. If
Don't say that. If you're not, if you don't have the sponsorship,
if
don't
you
do it.
enter code,
Stop. You're giving them free advertisement.
I want to start out with a game that came out last year, but I finished this year, like early this year. Final
Yeah.
Fantasy VII Crisis Core.
Oh my gosh, I remember when you were streaming that.
That game was so damn good. I finished it early January, or maybe mid January, but it was so good. I've been missing out on that game for apparently some time. The characters were great. The story was fun and sad and oh gosh, everything you want from like an RPG. And it's just I fell in love with just all these characters, and then the bad stuff happens to them, and then like oh, it was just so good, and like honestly, the combat wasn't that bad. Like I thought it might be kind of bad because it was an old PSP game, but like the combat was pretty good. And then I learned so much more about like Sephiroth and like his backstory and like how important Sephiroth plays a role in all this, and it's just it was so awesome. Anything that like adds more lore to a series that I'm already loving is awesome. You know,
Absolutely.
like
yeah.
it just it's great. Little Mixo, I've been kind of cutting you off, and I feel bad, so I want to give you a chance to talk about some games you've been playing.
So this year was like the year of Nintendo for me.
Okay.
Like it's been just full on Nintendo Switch, just my type of thing.
Yeah.
And one game, which I'm still not done, but I am like so close, but I'm stuck, is Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
I
Oh my.
I haven't played it yet.
Have you
Also,
played Breath of the Wild though?
just
No
to
spoilers.
yeah, I'm just saying like especially because these games are pretty new. You know, let's try to avoid spoilers for any of them. But
I think someone cries in it, right?
yeah, I think there's some tears.
The kingdom, maybe, right? The kingdom cries.
But I have to say, do you
Mario
prefer
dies?
do you prefer this game or Breath of the Wild?
Oh, Tears of the Kingdom,
Here's
100%.
okay. I've been hearing that a
Yeah.
lot. So
Like for what reason
Yeah.
though? Like what does Tears of the Kingdom have that without spoilers that Breath of the Wild didn't have? Is it gameplay or
just-
is it the story?
It's just so refined in every way. Like there's a lot more interactivity in the world than Breath of the Wild. Like the menus are better. Like there's more recipe. It's just been added on and refined over the time that's like taken to make this game. That just became so much better.
yeah,
Like
I've noticed like that building mechanic seems to add
Yeah.
a lot more like in depthness to the puzzles and stuff too.
yeah, and like I was able this one puzzle, not that big of spoilers, but I was able to use this zone eye piece and it just like flew me across and I got it. Like there's so many possibilities.
Yeah, and that was one of the things like I haven't played this game, but I've heard people say like just because of that building mechanic aspect of it, like it feels like there's so many ways to complete any of the puzzles. Like it just gives you like unlimited options almost sometimes.
Yeah. But some other games I've been playing. I'm working through the Persona ports. I'm almost done P5R.
Okay.
Almost. I'm not finishing P4G on Switch because I have it on Vita. I'm still finishing through that,
Okay.
but I am getting through Persona 3 Portable.
That's
But
awesome. The Persona series is like my second favorite video game series of all time. Um, and I think 4 is my favorite. So I'm really excited to hear you're playing 4 especially.
yeah,
Um,
it's pretty good. It does get a lot to get used to if you start with P5, but 4 is pretty lit. I played it like I was playing it on PC originally,
mhm.
but then my laptop kind of went completely, so it kind of like
Yeah,
yeah.
the big old step back. Yeah, that's kind of interesting too, because like for me, when stuff like that happens, it feels like there's a big takeaway of like my enjoyment of the game. I guess if that makes sense.
Yeah, my Steam thing says I have like 700 something hours
Mhm.
into it, and that's just because I was gone for like a really long time from my house, and it was just open in the Steam. So
Okay, so
yeah,
that's funny too. Okay.
and then some other games I've been playing. I got like last month I got really into like sim games, so I've just been playing Sims 4 and this game called Parkitect and
Park-
stuff.
What's Parkitect? Is
So
it
it's
okay?
like a more how do I say this? It's a more basic version of Planet Coaster, basically.
Oh, like one of the amusement park builder things.
Yeah,
Okay, okay. I get that.
yeah, it's pretty lit, not gonna lie.
I was think
And
I was thinking like a game where you build like public parks when you said park it. It's like, oh, okay. Like that's cool.
Public Park Simulator 2023.
it's like
Um,
it's like a VR game where you sit and like you throw some breadcrumbs to birds and like just enjoy a day in the park.
have you guys heard of the Five Nights at Freddy's series?
No,
Yes.
I've never heard of it. What is that?
So basically, in 1983, there was this place called Fredbear's Family Diner. All right, I'm not gonna go in depth with that. But I also got really into playing Five Nights at Freddy's. But I'm too much like a chicken to like fully commit onto it.
That's what
So
uh,
Let's Plays are for.
yeah.
right before this, I was playing FNAF Security Breach, and I couldn't figure out how to jump over a thing, and it just freaked the flip out over just one animatronic that just got me, and I like threw my Steam Deck across the room.
Oh.
And
Shattered it?
no, it has a case
Good.
on it. Yeah, but
Yeah, yeah, I don't do well with horror either. I really don't. And I think there's some moments I've had on stream because I played Resident Evil 2 on stream, and I really wish I had the VODs of those. It was like my early days, so I wasn't recording them or anything. But Resident Evil 2 got me a few times on stream, I remember. Um, and those games aren't scary. Like that, like from my outside perspective of it, like it's
It's
not
just like a
it's
it
not scary.
encounters kind of.
it wasn't super scary, but it was like in the moment it was. But like if I like
Resident Evil 4 is like the least scary one out of all of them,
oh
from what
really?
I've played at least. Yeah,
4 is I have it on my list cuz I loved Resident Evil 2 even though I was like a big old chicken about it on stream. I really did love Resident Evil 4, and I haven't played the Resident Evil 3 remake or the Resident Evil 4 remake. Um,
I owned them on PS4, but I haven't opened them because
oh,
yeah.
gotcha. I just but I think I'm really upset I missed Resident Evil 4 when it came out, but I was just busy with other stuff. I
Yeah,
probably will go back to Resident Evil 4. Actually, I own Resident Evil 8 also. I haven't played it. I'm too scared.
I don't know if it's out yet, but I really
I
want to play the Resident Evil 4 in VR. That seems like
I
really, really
think I
fun.
think it's out now, and that's one of the things I've been thinking of because I got a PSVR 2 this year,
Oh,
and
Ooh.
I was like
well,
that might be the way to do it, but so that would mean like putting myself in that scary situation.
Right.
And I was like, I already was a big old chicken about Resident Evil 2. And then not to mention Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil 8 also have
so
VR.
Resident Evil 7 is like the scariest Resident Evil game.
Yeah, I
It's
think
like,
switching to that first person element, like I think made that series all the more frightening to me. Like I can pretend I'm someone else, but in first person you're not.
no.
So, are there any games you're looking forward to in 2023?
Oh, I do have a list of those too.
I'm
Or
gonna
like,
skipping ahead.
Persona 5 Tactica.
yeah, Persona 5 Tactica definitely is on my list. That is basically a Fire Emblem Persona game.
It's like, ooh, my favorite things.
Yeah,
I
right.
I was so happy when it found out it just wasn't Devil Survivor with a reskin. I was so happy because that's all I could think of for a Persona Tactics game.
Is
Like, yeah,
I haven't played the Devil Survivor game, so I don't know. What are
but
they
it
like?
looks uh it's like classic Fire Emblem, but SMT difficulty.
Oh, okay,
with them.
okay.
It's like classic Fire Emblem with turn-based combat-ish and the difficulty from SMT.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. But Persona 5 Tactica looks more like Mario and Rabbids. It's like,
I get what you're saying. Yeah. The
yeah.
that's funny. That's a good way to kind of look at it.
Yeah.
Um I'm also kind of like I don't know if I'm going to play this game day 1. I probably will just cuz I have Game Pass, but Starfield I'm
I
pretty
knew it.
excited
I
about.
knew it.
Like I'm
I'm
just
gonna play that on cloud because I don't want to download it.
it's
Ooh.
it's one of those things where like I like I like the idea of Starfield a lot. I just I don't have a lot of faith in Bethesda making a game that's not buggy its first day, if that makes sense. But when I wrote this on my list, I was thinking about that, and it's like I don't really have a lot of faith in like most companies making a game that's not buggy on day 1 anymore, though either.
So, like, my stance with any game that comes out, like, we all know, like, the crunch that happens to the game devs, like, when they're making a game, and how little time they have to put out a perfect game. Like, if a game is buggy on release, it doesn't mean that it's never gonna get fixed. So, like, you just wait. If you're saying you're not gonna play it on release because of the bugs, like, yeah, I get that. But,
The, the
uh,
the thing is though, like if we have to wait, why can't the developers wait to release it?
oh, we
You know, like
it's because investors. Like they've made a promise that this game is going to make this much money, and the longer it gets delayed, the less people are going to think about it, less people are going to want it,
yeah, but like
and
it
the value goes down.
that being said though, at the same time, releasing a game that's broken is gonna make the value go down too, like when it's not ready. You know.
The main cause of a game, like the development stopping on a game, is because they run out of money, and
Yeah, that's true.
so
But
like they need to release it to recoup, and whatever money they get from the sales, they can go back in and fix what they still were working on.
that being said, I feel like this wouldn't apply to Starfield. That game's
Because it's Bethesda.
well, it's Bethesda, who's owned by Xbox, like one of the biggest
Yeah,
companies in the
I
world.
get that.
And this game's been in development for 12 years. Like, so you can't really go like, oh, they were crunched, you know. Like, they might have been towards the end there. But, like, 12 years is a lot of time to like,
Make a game.
to make a game and sort out bugs. Like, again, though, a game on this scale of Starfield, it's probably going to have some bugs. I just don't, and I'm not saying it can't have any bugs. I'm saying, like, a buggy mess, like, where it's like the game's crashing on me all the time. Like, I don't like releasing that's just like that's just gonna hurt your game more than anything. I'm also excited about Spider-Man 2.
Wait, what is Spider-Man 2 like Spider-Man 2 Tobey Maguire version?
No,
is that what it is?
No, so the PS4 the Spider-Man 2 for like the Insomniac story that they told, which came out in like 2018.
Oh, is it the one we were watching on stream where they're going over the water? Oh, okay.
Yes, that one.
I don't know why I'm just like, Spider-Man 2, what are you... Why are they going back to Tobey Maguire?
They're super... They love Tobey over there.
Yeah, of course. Everyone loves that Spider-Man.
So, I'm so excited for that game.
What aspect of it are you, like, super excited for?
Just
the whole thing.
Okay, first of all, I'm super excited for Kraven the Hunter's story. Like, is the fact that he's the main villain... Well, one of the main villains? I think the other main villain will obviously be Venom in that story. Which honestly, I wouldn't be... Oh gosh, I have so many theories. Because they said Venom's not really Eddie Brock in this game. So I have like a few theories on what that could possibly be. It could be like Kraven gets the symbiote suit and then becomes Venom.
Do you think the speculation is going to take away from you enjoying the game, or is it just augmenting?
Here's the thing. I think the speculation is expected at this point because of the big old twist stuff they did in Spider-Man, the first Spider-Man game.
Wait, first Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire? No. Just kidding. Well, I haven't played that one or seen it, so I'm absolutely blind. I just like hearing your take on it.
I won't spoil anything, but they did like they kind of like set up a villain, and it was just this big old twist thing. I was like, okay, like where like there was a lot more to it.
Was Venom introduced in the first one?
Kind of.
Okay.
Kind of. It's like an end credit scene of of the game.
Yeah, when you play your video game, you expect some end credits.
Yeah, you expect it's a Marvel game, so you gotta get an end credit
that's
scene.
True. I didn't even think about that.
So yeah, I guess we'll just start with what we're looking forward to right now since I'm on there. And if you have anything you want to say, just interrupt me, because I've
only got one game that I'm looking forward to.
Oh, what you got?
It's Silksong.
Hollow
Knight Silksong.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that game's coming out. It's because like, was it supposed to come out last year? It's been a while. It's supposed to
come out. No, I think. So for me, when I'm looking forward to a game, I try not to like look into any information about it. I do think it was supposed to come out early this year, but they've pushed it back again. So it should be coming out like late this year. But honestly, if it's not released by this year, that's just how it's going to be. Like if they need more time to finish the game, to make it good, to develop the story, what have you. Like, it's going to take as long as it takes, and I'm just looking forward to getting to play this game when it comes out.
Yeah, and, like, that's the other thing. Like, I think, like, a game taking longer is 100% okay with me. Like, if the game needs more time to cook, then let it cook, like...
Right. I don't think Team Cherry isn't even a big company. I don't think they're backed by anyone big. So it's just like their team working on it.
Yeah.
I guess when you're saying it's like a big company that has like a lot of yeah, they have reputation and a history,
Yeah.
then them taking long, like it makes sense, but that is another thought too. I was talking to a friend who um knows someone who works in the game dev industry, and it's like uh you don't know how big the team is when they first start developing, or how big it gets, or how small it gets as the
Develop.
years go by.
Yeah.
So like it could be like this one portion isn't finished and they don't have enough people to work on it. Other sections are more developed than others, so that's where the length of time that it takes to make the game goes. But I don't know.
I get that. I get that too. Like, there's definitely a lot more to game development, especially with smaller studios than we
They
can
need to
really.
make a documentary for the
Yeah, right.
the normal people who just
But
want the games.
but the only ones who can afford to make the documentaries are the big studios, you know. And they do sometimes, you know, like they'll make a whole documentary for like one game's development. Um and
And
then
your documentary.
yeah. Um Another game I'm super excited about. I guess two, I can kind of lump them together here. Um Super Mario Bros. Wonder is a new 2D Mario adventure, like a platforming adventure. Where he can turn into an elephant for some reason. um and Super Mario RPG remake. Which
I haven't heard of either of these.
okay, so these got announced last month. I think last
Oh.
month. Yeah, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, just a new story, new original story.
It was during the Nintendo Direct, right? I
Yeah.
think I missed that one.
Oh, okay.
I gotta go
Yeah.
back and watch it.
Yeah, it was a pretty good direct. It was
Boy.
it was probably my favorite game show of the summer. It was really good. And then like Super Mario RPG, just giving that a remake is really cool. It's probably just going to be a 1-for-1 remake, but that's fine. You know, like it doesn't they basically took like the old pixel style from I think it was on the N64, and they made it like a little bit of a chibi art style.
Mm.
Which it works. Honestly, it works really well for that. Actually, I'm surprised you didn't say this one as one of your anticipated games of the year.
Hold on. I'm trying to think. What games have I talked about that you know that I talk about that I'm like, oh boy? Judas?
Nope.
Is it? I honestly can't think of anything.
Okay.
As soon as you say like, yeah.
It's Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora, which comes out this December.
No, okay, so I've deleted it from my brain. When it comes out, I'll be like,
it's like we're getting close, so we're like less than 5 months away, I think.
I don't even want to look at what it looks like because I don't want.
But I've always thought this about Avatar. I would love to play a game of that. Like,
I would love to be in the world.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like, I think that would be really cool. I'm probably gonna pick it up on my PlayStation, which is very
cool. Oh, you'll buy it for me? Thank you.
Yeah, I'll buy it for you for the PlayStation.
You see that? We got it. We got him on tape. We got him on camera. He said he would buy it for me.
But so like I noticed this got like announced recently that the DLC was gonna be free on PlayStation, because I guess
I don't even have a PlayStation.
PlayStation made a deal with them, which is really cool. I was like, wow. I was like, that's like a pro-consumer move. You know, it's not like, which I always hate when they do like exclusive DLC.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I'm down for them going like, hey, the DLC's free on this system. Like, cause everyone can still get it at least, and then like PlayStation just pays them to give us the DLC for free. Like, that's like, yeah, Yes, please. That's awesome. I got 3 more games here for what I'm looking forward to. One of these puts 2 of my favorite things together: Pokemon and sleep. It is called Pokemon Sleep. and you
Do some people already have access to it?
I think some people have access to it, and it's coming out in like a week or so. It comes out this month sometime.
Yippee!
Yeah. It's not compatible with my phone. Yeah, don't know why, but like
I'm sorry for your loss.
I guess the Galaxy Folds, they're just like, oh, it's not compatible. I'm
That's
like,
weird.
okay. But Pokemon Go somehow is. Like
Wait,
that's
can you? What device are you going to be getting it on then?
I'm going to wait until it is compatible. Like they'll
I
just update it later, I'm sure. Um but it's just a bummer because I was actually like really excited about Pokemon Sleep. Just because like it just seems fun. And I can game in my sleep. I'm gaming 24/7 now. um Persona 3 remake might okay, yeah, this one might not come out this year. I'm not sure. Um it's very possible it will by the end of the year, but there's no date yet. But
Fingers crossed.
I'm super excited. The version of Persona 3 I played was portable, and that cuts some of the cutscenes in favor of like a visual novel, just because it was to save space on the PSP. So it was so you could play Persona 3 but on the PSP and that hardware, so they had to cut a few of the cutscenes.
Let me see.
But after that, another game that might come out this year, and I think they said 2023 already, is The Wolf Among Us 2 from Telltale Games.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe they're back.
I
Remember when
know.
when they're like,
Went
"I'm sorry
under.
guys, it's that's the end." I was like so devastated. I remember like looking forward to every single Telltale game. I've been playing the Sam and Max games and they're Telltale.
I
Like
forgot they made those.
me too. Like honestly, me playing and I'm just like, I wonder who made this. Like it's really good.
That would be really cool if they came back and made another one like Sam and Max game.
I think they have recently. I think there's like Sam and Max Saves the World. If that's pretty recent.
Okay, I thought that was like
I might be super wrong.
that might have been like over 12 years ago in my head,
I
but
could have sworn they made a new game
I don't
recently.
know. Maybe I could totally be wrong too.
Let's both be wrong.
Yeah, yeah. Let's Google it. So Sam, oh, not damn Sam,
Oh, watch your mouth.
and Max Save the World. Okay, this game came out in 2009.
9?
Yeah.
Wait, Sam and Max season 2.
Oh, is there
It's
multiple seasons?
2022, but it's like a remake of the 2008 version.
Oh, maybe that's what it was then. They like
Oh, wait, there's Sam and Max season 3 that came out. Hmm.
Oh wait, I
I
can
don't even see it.
I'll just click on Telltale Games and it will tell me like their latest games. List of Telltale video games. Here we go. Games developed. They made a CSI game. That's weird.
Interesting. Interesting.
Sam and Max is The Devil's Playhouse.
That's 2010,
That's
right?
2010, yeah. And
Oh,
then
look at that. It's so interesting. I've never seen it.
I think that might be, yeah, that might be the last. Oh no, they had They have a few canceled games here that I didn't see.
Rip. Ooh, is it canceled because they went under?
I think it was, yeah, when they went under. So maybe
It doesn't
they
mean
might.
it's over then.
Yeah, but it says canceled on their wiki page. So I don't know, but it was a
Well, now that they're back. Sorry.
Game of Thrones sequel and a
Oh.
Stranger Things game.
Oh.
That one might have been interesting.
Ooh, yeah.
But The Wolf Among Us is probably the one I'm most excited for.
Right. I love the idea of like the fables, the grim fairy tales coming to life and
Yeah, well,
seeing them outside of
it's based off a
books.
DC comic.
Yeah, I
Called
remember
Fable.
reading it.
Yeah. Hey J Ray, welcome in.
Welcome.
We
We're gonna tag out. J Ray, you come in here and I actually have to head out.
you're gonna leave. That's okay. Yeah, no, it's a very casual chat. So, like, again, just a community. If you guys want to come in here, talk about games you're excited about that you've played this year so far, or things you're looking forward to in 2023, yeah, just hop in whenever. It's, no big deal. Again, here's the Discord if you guys aren't in the Discord. And yeah, if you guys just want to join in on the conversation, more than welcome to. So thank you for being here, though, Zaboa. I
Thank you for
appreciate
having
that.
me. Thanks for chatting with me.
Yeah, no, the Discord's open. It's totally cool with me. Like, this is the idea that I want for our community night. Yeah, thank you for being here again. I really do appreciate it.
Of course. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Have a good day, everybody. Bye.
I mean, going back to games that I've enjoyed so far in like 2023 though, is oh gosh, Star Wars Jedi Survivor was like one of them. I may join in a bit. Let me heat something up first. Yeah, no worries, man. Anytime you want to hop in. Yeah, Star Wars Jedi Survivor is like, Star Wars is just a series I hold like super close to my heart too. Letting me be a Jedi is just in any aspect is great. It was a little weird at first. The game had its issues. They fixed them really quickly. But again, it's one of those things where I would have preferred to just wait a couple more weeks for that game to come out than having a broken game that I have to wait a couple weeks to play. you know. Like it's easier to wait when I don't already have the game in my hand than it is to like wait for them to fix it. Why I have it, and they already have my money. But like after the fixes, I was very impressed with the game. I was having a lot of fun. The story was very good. It did some twists and turns on me that I really did enjoy. The customization options were incredible. Incredible. You could change his hairstyle, you could change his facial hair, you could change his clothes, you could change the lightsaber, the color of the lightsaber, the color of the lightsaber's blade, the color of his pistol, the type of components his pistol uses, color of the pistol. It was incredible. It was BD1. You could customize BD1 any way you want. I had a hard time with that one because I feel like BD1's so iconic that it's kind of hard to customize him. So I didn't want to do that too much. It was good. It was really good. The story hurt. I think there was one thing I didn't like, and if you guys watch my backlog or anything on it, I didn't like I'm trying to say this without spoiling it. There's one part where you play as a different character. And then there's like a boss fight there where it just didn't feel fair because the character that you play as the rest of the game and the entirety of the game before that just feels way more powerful. But also in different ways, powerful in different ways. So like that fight just felt like it was a big, it was like a skill spike in the game, and it just got really annoying, and like I don't know. I that was probably the worst part of the game for me. Even though everything that happened in that scene was so good. Like the story was really well done. The gameplay was just a little like cuz like you have to do a lot with the character that you're not super familiar with, fighting probably the hardest boss in the game. So yeah, Star Wars Jedi Survivor. It was like a 7.5 for me, honestly. Like I enjoyed it. I loved it. But like again with having to wait after the game launched and like just that skill spike as well as like some of the other issues the game had, it kept it from being like a top tier game of the year for me. Um, I also put Fire Emblem Engage here. A lot of you guys watched me play Fire Emblem Engage on stream. Yeah, I I have my feelings about that game if you've heard. Um, very very good combat, very good gameplay. Wonderful, just wonderful gameplay. That story was such a trudge though. Oh my god, and I'm trying to stay positive about this story like the whole way through. And there were just days where I'm like I don't want to play this game. I don't want to play this game. Like just getting through the story. I probably would have liked it more if I decided to skip the story and play the game as the game went along. But yeah, no, I just didn't want to do that because I wanted to give the story a chance, and it just never really it just it kept doing the thing that was bothering me the most, where it was like we're gonna set something up and then immediately like counter the thing they set up, and they're like, oh, that doesn't matter though. And it's like, like then why like make it a whole hour sequence of setting up something that doesn't matter? Like if that thing that got revealed had real consequences and real repercussions and wasn't settled right after the battle, or like of like later in the game was dealt with, I totally probably like it wouldn't have bothered me that much. It wouldn't have bothered me that much. But here we are in 2023, and I'm bothered by it still. I think we finished that game like a month ago, and it still haunts my dreams. Earlier this year, got a PSVR 2. So I've been playing. I played Horizon Call of the Mountain a bit. I didn't get super far into it. VR, it's just one of those things. Again, VR is such a fun gimmick. It's such a fun gimmick. And Call of the Mountain really showed off a lot of fun gimmicks. You have a bow, and you're just shooting the robot creatures. I only played this game because it came with my VR. I haven't played any of the other Horizon games. But you're shooting these robot raptors, and you're like, that was so cool. And then you're climbing all these mountains, just VR hands, and like it feels great. And like the height is scary. If you're afraid of heights, looking down is pretty terrifying, because you're a lot of times you're just dangling over a 300-foot drop. And that was really cool. There's like puzzles too that you kind of have to avoid. And it was really good. I think I got freaked out by that game a little bit when I didn't believe I didn't believe that if you let go of the cliff you're holding on, that it would just drop you. I didn't think the game would do that, because like, that sounds stupid, right? No, you do hold on to those cliffs if you're playing this game. It will just drop you. And you'll like, VR, like, you'll feel it in your gut. Like, I guess the best way to describe it is like, those rides at like the fairs or whatever, that like just bring you up and then they just let you go and you drop. That's kind of what it felt like in my gut. It was fun. And the other thing I will say about that game too, they took, so the VR controllers, they have the haptic feedback like the PS5 controllers do, right? And like the first scene in this game, you're in a boat, and you can like stick your hand in the water, and you'll feel the ripples of the wave on the controller, and it's just such a cool, like, just like haptic feedback with VR is an amazing concept. It really is. J Ray, welcome in, buddy. How's it going?
Hello there.
Hello. How are you doing?
You know me. I'm doing good, man. Thank you for asking. How are you, though?
Oh, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Just enjoying the day. Honestly, it's really hot here. So
Hot as a late, man, and I don't like it.
no, hot's the worst type of weather.
Dang, man. Cold is the best.
Yeah. Yep.
Sure. That's absolute facts right there.
Hey, so were there any games that you were excited about this year?
My answer, you already know, man. Spider-Man 2, hands down.
Spider-Man 2.
Yes, that's a game I've been looking forward to so much. I'm so excited for it. And when they showed that trailer, I was like, is this? No, this cannot be the Last of Us 3. Then Craven showed up, like, oh my god, Spider-Man! Then the black shoe showed up, and then all that. I lost my mind. It was crazy. I loved it. I'm so excited for it. To a point where I even pre-ordered this, and I hope it goes well, because my luck with pre-ordering games, it hasn't been the smoothest.
Oh,
Because the last game I pre-ordered was actually Xenoblade 3 for Amazon. Amazon is pretty good in terms of its deliveries, but for pre-orders specifically, that one didn't turn out so well. So I had ordered my copy of Spider-Man 2 from Walmart, and I'm really hoping that turns out well.
oh yeah, no, I hope so too, first of all, for you. Cause I've had, I think, my worst pre-order luck has been from GameStop every single time I pre-order from
GameStop.
Actually, so specifically GameStop online. I always had good luck in store, but
It's a little better in stores, but online,
Yeah.
it's trash. It's garbage.
Well, so GameStop online, even if I pre-order the game like a month in advance, they'll send it to me where I get the game a day after it comes out. Cause I called them and I'm like, why is this happening? Like, cause I pre-ordered Pokemon Scarlet and Violet from them online. And I'm like, why is this happening? And they're like, well, we send our games out 2 days before through the mail before they come out. And I'm like, okay, but like, so why am I getting it a day late though? Like, they're like, well, the mail's taking like 3 days to get to California. I'm like, okay, well then why don't you send out the California mail 3 days in advance instead of 2? Like, if you know that's an issue, like, why are you doing it that way?
That's literally your job.
Yeah, it's like no one's pre-ordering from you guys to get their game a day late. Like, no one's pre-ordering to not play on day one. That's just the simple concept of it.
Although, to be fair, at least it like hasn't a month late.
No, that's fair. That's totally fair. But it's
that's what happened with me in Zihino. That's what happened with me in Zihino Blade 3 because it pretty much got here a month late, and I was like, what's taking them so long? I don't want to get spoiled on this. Come on, guys.
Did they just not give Amazon enough copies?
I'm not sure about that. So what happened with that is like, because the pre-order didn't turn out as well as I hoped it would, I had to cancel it.
Oh.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, so like I had to cancel my cancel my pre-order and order it again after the game came out. And as soon as I did that, then it functioned normally, like any order would. And it's like, are you kidding me? Why did I waste my time with this?
That's interesting. So it sounds like something went wrong in their computer that they just didn't get your pre-order.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
That is so weird. But yeah, Spider-Man 2. Yeah, I'm totally excited about Spider-Man 2. Is there anything you want to see in Spider-Man 2?
Ooh, that's a good question. Dang, that hadn't really crossed my mind because I had assumed that everything that I wanted in Spider-Man 2, even if I don't know what I want, I'm sure I will get that and then some, because Insomnia games, they have like been one of my favorite devs in all of gaming for a good couple of years at this point. So I trust them with like this big of a project.
Yeah. Oh no, Insomniac is one of those studios that is like has really gained my trust. Like, I trust Square Enix to get me a good game. Like, Square Enix, the developer, not the publisher, but which is very different. But I trust Square Enix to develop a good game, and I trust Insomniac to do the same now. Just they've really earned that trust.
They have.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, there is one thing I hope. Yeah, there is one thing that I hope it gets improved on in the second game, and that would be the chase scenes. Because in the first game, they're a little more okay. They're not easy per se, but it's like they're very cinematic.
Oh,
But
you're talking about
that's
the car chase scenes, right? The
really chasing cars, cause it's like you do chase around other villains as well. But I mean, yeah, like on those. So yeah, so it's like those chase scenes. They're kind of cinematic in the they're kind of cinematic in the first game, but for Spider-Man 2, what I would like is if it was structured more like the Ultimate Spider-Man game, if you ever played that, where it's a lot more challenging and yeah, and the villain or the card that you're chasing really they really they don't hold they don't hold back, and it's like they are one of the best tests of like what you have learned in the game so far, and I hope they really put your swinging skills to the test there. Because
yeah,
Ultimate had the best chasing, so I'm hoping to challenges Ultimate, or even or or I mean it even surpasses Ultimate, because like those scenes in Ultimate were like really good.
yeah. I kind of know what you're talking about. I haven't played Ultimate, but I've seen quite a bit of gameplay of it.
Okay, good.
Um, I was
Yeah,
so,
like
but
that.
we've seen a chase scene, right, in the trailer, in this new trailer that came out. Where he's chasing the helicopter.
Kind of. It's more
Okay.
cinematic, not really a chase. It's like to really show off, like, it's to really show off what the game is all about and stuff, and like just to have the Spider-Man really show off just how cool they are and such.
Yeah.
Now, granted, there are a couple of like actual gameplay moments in there where it's like you had to take down Craven's goons on the boats. But aside from that, it's like the usual chase scenes that you would have seen in the first game.
Yeah, and I'm wondering from that trailer if their chase scenes are going to be more like that.
They
Where
probably are, but it's like what I want in the chase scenes are like more of a. It's like more of a dream one, like a pipe dream. Yeah.
yeah, I
But
can understand that.
it would be so fun though. It's like, give me that challenge. Put my skills to the test. Please. Let me feel like I'm really chasing.
Yeah, let me feel like a spectacular Spider-Man. Yeah,
I miss that show so much. I miss that show. It's so good.
that show is fantastic. I love that show too.
I wish it didn't get canceled. It deserved better.
It did. It really did. But the thing is, I have a lot more hope of that show coming back.
Really?
With
Spider-Verse 2?
well, that, but also like if we've seen Disney Plus bring back like 90s X-Men.
Yes.
And like if things like that start doing well on Disney Plus, I could see them trying to bring back the Spectacular Spider-Man.
They could. I mean, it could happen, but
It's a long shot, but it's more likely than before.
Yeah, yeah. It's like I want it to happen, but realistically, I don't see it. I really do. I really do. But it's like, even if even if that show does somehow come back throughout all of the contracts and stuff, will it be as good as it was before, and will yeah, and like will the animation be as smooth as it was back then, and will will most of the writers, the directors and head honchos from the original show also come back? It's like that kind of thing. It's like,
You're right. Yeah.
yeah, it's like I do want this, but
Only if everyone comes back.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'd be careful with like what I wish for. It's like that kind of thing.
Yeah, because you don't want it to ruin the magic of what you know.
That exactly.
It's such a shame that show ended on such a hard cliffhanger.
That's what I'm saying. It had to end. At least end it on a not a completely good ending, because I know because I know they had more planned, but at least a mostly positive note. Not with that. If you've seen the show, I'm not gonna spoil it, but if you know, you know.
You know exactly.
It sucks.
All right, J Ray, let me ask, what games have you been playing this year so far, though? What have you been enjoying this year so far?
That's a really good. That's a really good question. Now is this Now is this exclusive to like new to new games, or does everything count?
I would say everything counts. Because yeah, like gaming, you know, you're always gonna go back to older games when it comes to gaming. So yeah, everything's fair game. Everything that's out and available to play, you know.
Hey then, nice. So for me, I've been playing a lot of games through PS Plus. Not necessarily completing them, but it's like try them out for about 30 minutes to an hour, maybe two, if it takes a while for the game to get to going. And most of them were pretty neat. I liked a couple games I played there. Some were pretty mad, didn't really jive with me, but most of them I did like, and I actually have a couple shout outs here if I can find them. Actually, the right shoot, I had them a second ago. In fact, I might be able to find it right here on my PS5.
Okay.
I didn't mean to flex. By the way, I didn't mean to flex. I didn't mean to flex. I'm sorry.
No.
Alright, so the first game I have is actually Final Fantasy 15, which I've heard a lot of mixed things. It's like people like this game, but they also don't like it, and I've asked a couple people why they don't like this game, and this game apparently has had quite the troubled start from like being one game, which would be versus 13, to like now being 15.
Yeah.
But oh, go on.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I know, like, when this game was promoted, like, everyone was expecting versus 13, and then it switched to 15, and I also know another big problem, and I think they fixed this problem now in an update, but it really felt like you had to watch the movie Kingsglaive first before you played the game, because they would reference so they had a CGI game called or CGI movie called Kingsglaive Final Fantasy 15. And it was basically, I don't know, how far are you in the game right now? If you don't mind me asking.
That's actually, that's actually what I was gonna say later on, because so far I'm only about, I've only, I can't speak. I've only tried the game for about 37 minutes. FF fans, please do not flame me, but but at that point in time, I was trying a lot of games, and I wanted to have to at least tried 15, and so far I liked it. I didn't get the hate, but to be fair, I didn't get that far into the game. But here's the catch: I don't have that. I don't have that tier 2 PS poll. Yeah, I don't have that tier 2 PS Plus anymore. But when when the essential section still, yeah, when that still had a couple games that you could download, I actually kept some of those games from that section. So some of them I'm actually gonna be going back to and like try and like finish them when I have the time. And one of those games is FF15.
Yeah, I totally 15 like I think it's fair to play it and give your own opinion cuz like you know,
Exactly.
especially with mixed opinions, it's one of those things where like you may like it, you know, like it's
Exactly.
I enjoyed it. I also wasn't aware of what versus 13 was when I played it. Um so like I didn't have like the expectations of like wanting versus 13 when I went into it either. And
Same.
um I think it's just it's one of those games. It was really good. I also got the steelbook when I bought it, so it came
Oh,
with Kingsglaive, and I was able to watch Kingsglaive before I played it. Um, but yeah, because I know they put like some of those cutscenes from the movie into the game now, so like it's
oh,
not
I
as
didn't know.
big as an it's not as necessary as it felt like it used to be. Um, but I would watch Kingsglaive. I really enjoyed Kingsglaive. I just watched it again um this year, like maybe last month or two. It was pretty good.
N- Neato, and and also to kind of go back on Horizon, because I know you were talking about Horizon a little bit
Oh,
earlier. I tried a little bit of the first game. I haven't really got too deep in the game, but so far I love it. It's so good. I was not I was not expecting a game like this to just be as good as it is. Like, it's so not only is it so fun, but its story has me hooked. Like I'm not gonna say too much because you and I don't know who else may not have an experience it yet, but at the very start, it it hooks you with a lot of histories, and you really want to you really want to figure out what those type of histories are. It's like, God, how is this as good as it? I love this game.
I've heard many great things about Horizon. Like I was talking about the VR game because it came with my VR when I bought it.
Yeah.
And I haven't given the Horizon games a fair chance at all. I haven't really got a
You should.
chance to play it. I hear they're great. I hear they're good. I
So
just
far, so far, this is so good. Unfortunately, the now now unfortunately the version I have is locked on. Yeah, that is locked on PS Plus. However, I also own it on Steam, so so that way I will be able to go back and like fully experienced that game, but from what I played so far, it's extremely good, and I highly recommend anyone to give it a shot. That's how good it was, and I spent like an hour in that, just 1 or 2 hours. It's crazy. Horizon has no right to be that hard.
That's fair. It's one of those things where like I just don't feel like I can commit to that game right now. Every time I know it's a big game. I know it's a longer game, and it sucks because when that game came out, the first one came out, Breath of the Wild came out like right around the same time. You know, and then and then when the second one came out, Elden Ring came out right around the same time.
Slaughtered twice. I heard some folks making memes about that too. It's like it got slaughtered twice. Like now I see what this poor game. Like it deserves. It deserves more. Like this is a good one here, guys. Don't sleep on it.
Yeah, no, and that's totally fair. Like I really think it deserves more, especially like every cutscene, every little gameplay segment I've seen. It's beautiful, especially the new one. The new one with all that water, all the water graphics. You know, like it just looks so beautiful. And then you know, in like it's LA, San Francisco area, or I think it's San Francisco area, and then LA is the DLC. It's like I live around like those areas. Like it would be so cool. It would be so cool to it would be so cool to see like San Francisco in a post-apocalyptic state. Like without the repercussions of it being in an actual post-apocalyptic state. But you know, it's just like trying to recognize like landmarks and certain things like that would be awesome. But yeah, I think J-Ray, we are about an hour and a half in right now. So I do want to end on one last question though.
What's that?
Is there any games that that you missed in 2023? And like what would be the one game that you're kind of upset you missed?
Missed as in
like
how?
You weren't able to play it yet. You haven't had the chance to play it yet.
Actually, there is one so far, and that would be FF16.
Yeah.
And the reason I don't have that game now, even though I have a PS5, is because I hate paying $70 for games. I don't want to do it. It is awful.
I totally understand price. Yeah, it
Arbo, but the game, what I played in the demo so far, it's pretty good. I do want to get it someday, but at a cheaper price. It's like 60 or less. That's as far as I will go towards like paying towards a game, because 70, that's nearly $100. You literally want me to pay $100 plus tax just for one game, and it's the base version. It's not a deluxe or an ultimate. Like, no, the base version. Like, no, that is ridiculous. And the money doesn't even go towards the devs as well, as I've been told recently. It doesn't even go towards the people who make it. So what's the point of increasing the price? It's lame.
Yeah. I also don't understand why physical games are as expensive as digital games. When you're cutting out like all the disc, the plastics, the shipping, you know, you're cutting out a lot of stuff to like, it should be like $5-10 cheaper, you know, like, well, maybe 5. Yeah. I don't know.
10. Hang it 10. Because
yeah.
they owe us something for this.
One game I think the game that I'm upset that I've missed so far this year, I just didn't have time to get around to it, and I haven't been able to pick it up or anything. Is Octopath Traveler 2.
It,
I ha
they have it too already.
yeah, no, 2 came out in February.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, it came out. I know it came out this year. It feels like it's been a longer.
Octopath. I thought you were talking about Octodad.
Oh,
For Octodad.
no,
Yeah, okay. I know what you're talking about now.
Octopath Traveler 2, and like it's a bummer because I really enjoyed Octopath Traveler 1. I think something else came out. I think it was probably Hogwarts Legacy or Star Wars that came out around the same time. And I just didn't. It's probably both, honestly. It probably got sandwiched in between those games. And I just didn't get around to picking it up. I plan on picking it up eventually, but as of now, no Octopath Traveler 2 for me.
Dang, that sucks because that game actually, right, from what I've seen so far, the game looks pretty good, and it makes me want to go back and hey the first before I go into the second. Because like those sprites, they look pretty good. I like it.
Yeah, oh yeah, I mean the pixel art, and then they did like 3D pixel art for their like backgrounds and their it was pretty. It's a pretty game, especially for pixel art.
Beautiful.
Alrighty, guys. I think that's where we'll end though, since we're about an hour and a half in now. J-Ray, yeah, thank you for being here. I'm gonna do these community nights more often.
No. Thank you for having me, dude. This is an honor. Thank you.
You're welcome anytime, man. Anytime. But yeah, like these community nights things, I wanted to just have a reach out and like just an open discussion where any, like we could have even went off topic and I would have been fine with that. But but it was nice. It was really cool to just hear from people, like I was telling Zaboa at the beginning of the stream, like I just want to hear from people who don't have the same opinion as me about games, like I most of my games were RPGs that I was excited about, and then it's like not everyone plays RPGs, not,
But,
yeah,
but that's the point.
Yeah, well, I mean, and then I get to hear from people who do, as well too. So it's nice to hear from everyone.
Yeah.
It really is. Alrighty, I think we'll end it here. Let's see who's live right now. I'm gonna move over here. Oh, yeah, that's right, my camera's frozen. For some reason. Let's see who's live on Twitch. We'll probably raid Kai. Yeah, Kai's still alive. So yeah, we'll raid Kai here. And type this in real quick. Sorry, I can't multitask, I guess, today. But perfect. Yeah, guys, thank you again so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. And we will see you all next time. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.